Hey, how's it going? Big Yumbo here. So yesterday I went to the thrift store where I got one bag of inventory, and also went to the bins where I got 2 bags of inventory. So I kind of just wanted to do a big thrift haul where I compare the quality of the inventory from the bins to the retail thrift store. So at the retail Goodwill, this is about 5 minutes away from the bins, maybe 10 minutes away from me, I found all this stuff. I was in there for about an hour and a half. I say 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. right before they closed. So that might affect the quality of the inventory. Maybe if I went early in the day, I might have found more stuff. I got 16, 17, 18, 19. I got 19 items for $125. I don't know, it's like $6 a piece or something like that. Maybe $6.50. So first thing I found here in the women's section is a men's. This is why I always do the women's section. But yeah, I got this men's J. Crew puffer vest jacket with like a corduroy trim on it. It was only $7. And I do really well with J. Crew like outerwear. I would estimate that I get like maybe $35 for this, if I had to guess. And it looks pretty nice. I gotta pick it up because there's like a ton of stuff here. Here's another women's section item. Zenergy by Chico's. Zenergy in my store has over 100% sell-through rate. Maybe even more than that, maybe 1,000%. Because every single time I list one, it sells within 2 days. These were $6. They're just golf pants. I think I should get between $15 and $20 for those. Faherty. So remember, look at the quality of this stuff. Keep that in mind. What am I going to get for it? What did I pay? Faherty, maybe $20 to $25. These, I think, used to do a little better. I paid $6 for this. But I still grab this brand anytime I see it. You got a Carhartt button-up shirt for $7. Kind of paid up on that. Not amazing. That's like a $15 item, really. This was kind of a gamble. The company is ASOS, which isn't that great. But the pattern on this thing is phenomenal. It's like a southwestern pattern, and that's like the New Mexico flag. I'm pretty sure it symbolizes the sun. That's something you can do a lot more at the bins. You can take chances. But at the thrift, I'm paying $5 to take that chance. Another Faherty polo shirt for $6. Pretty good. A brand new Columbia PFG vintage fishing shirt. $6 on that. That's pretty good. That's gonna be, I think, $25. This one is called the Bahama shirt, and it's a men's 2XL. Duluth Trading Co. button-up shirt, and it has lobsters all over it. $6. Never found this brand before. Outer Known. I think it's Kelly Slater's brand. It's like a server brand. These were $7, but they have like the person who wore them before like cuffed their pants, so they've got these creasing marks here and fraying on the heels. So they're not in great condition. I just kind of wanted to pick up the brand because I'd never found it before. This specific shirt from Polo Ralph Lauren, I've sold multiple times now. It's called the Big Shirt. This one I will pay $7 for because it pretty consistently sells for like $20. Most Polo Ralph Lauren shirts I wouldn't pay $7 for though. And I left probably 20 of them in there. There's a ton of them in there. And pretty much every thrift store there's a ton of them. A Lucky Brand flannel shirt, but it's like a Western style with pearl snaps. And it has a little like Southwestern stitching on it. $5. I think I sell these for like $15 usually, but I think maybe this one I can maybe get a little more. 511 tactical pants. I usually sell these for like 17 to 22, somewhere in there. So I'll call it $20. They don't sell that fast, but they do. Maybe sell one of them a week, 2 of them a week or something like that. Another one for $7. This one I paid way up on, and it was kind of a gamble. $13 for New with the Tags Athleta. For their like regular like swishy pants, I would pay that all day, but their leggings just don't do as well as their like joggers. They're kind of like track pants. These ones are called the Salutation 7th, and these are 7/8. The full length ones seem to always do better as well. These are a size large, which is the only reason I ended up grabbing them. And all the other sizes, the sell-through rate is like really bad. But these were worth getting, and if I really hold out, I could get like 55 bucks, but I'm probably just gonna try to get like 35. And they have this. If you could tell me what this is called on the side, that would be awesome. North Face roll-up hiking pants. They have a roll tab right here. These will do well because they have this pink drawstring. Just little things like that can really make the item stand out. If they didn't have that, people just be scrolling. I won't even notice. But just little things like that will help. These are size 6. Probably like 18 bucks if I'm lucky, and I paid 6 bucks for them. Athleta Skort. This one's called the, I don't know. But I do really well with Athleta Skorts and their shorts. Their Trekkie shorts are pretty good. Their joggers are pretty good. They're all really good. It's like probably one of my favorite brands. FootJoy. Oh, and for the Skort I paid $6. I should get over 20. Size large, paid $6. I hate colors like this. They're really hard to photograph accurately. It's kind of like a pinkish red. Whatever you're seeing on the screen is probably not the color this actually is. That's what's annoying about it. And it says a golf course on it, which shouldn't matter. Unless everyone hates that golf course. This is a new one for me, sort of. The company Habitat makes fishing shirts, but I believe this is, I think this is a line of Habitat. I'm not 100% sure. Hui, and it's like pearl snap Western style fishing shirts. And I should be able to get about $29 for this with a good sell-through rate. Low volume though. So it still might take a while even though it has a high sell-through rate. But it will sell. If you can find the Sims fishing shirts that are pearl snap, those are like 45, 50 bucks easy. Specialized cycling jersey. Here's a problem. They write on there with a Sharpie. You see it was 7 bucks. And then they get the Sharpie on the sleeve. So I'm gonna try to get that out. I don't know if this is gonna work on Sharpie, so it's a nice little test here. You can usually tell right away if it's gonna work. And it seems to be working. Nice. Oh, it's totally working. Okay, so this stuff's good. You can already see, well, it's actually spreading out because it melted the Sharpie off and got it in more places, so whatever. That'll be fine. That should be like 25 bucks for that. So that's everything I got there, and it took an hour and a half. I spent twice as long at the bins, and all this stuff is really good quality. The only thing that had a stain or flaw was that Specialized cycling jersey, but it's definitely worth it. At the bins, ton of stuff. I think I can actually estimate right now. So at the bins, one bag is 20 pounds and the other bag is 19 pounds. I paid $62 total, so I'm guessing I have about 60 items here. Let's see. We've got a cycling jersey. I don't know this company, but I pick up pretty much all cycling jerseys at the bins. A little smelly. And most of this stuff I'm gonna have to wash. This is like a cycling jacket. I think it's the same company. And I had to wait almost 45 minutes in the line, which is another thing you've got to take into account. LL Bean flannel. A like really gross stained tank top. I'm gonna bleach this. I do really well with vintage stuff that has geckos on it. And there's one company called Gecko Hawaii that you can get quite a bit of money for. But tank tops in general do pretty bad for men's stuff. So remember, these are like $1 per item. Travis Matthew. Pretty good condition, but it's a size small. Athleta size small leggings. Not great, really. Like 12 bucks maybe. But they got a pattern on them. Maybe if I can figure out what model they are, I'll get a little more. Or what style. I don't know what this is. Just a t-shirt. It's Red Bull Records. Do you know this? Is this a band? Bear Tooth. I pick up pretty much all like the band and tour tees that I find. 21 Pilots stuff can do pretty good. I don't know much about them, but I've sold their shirts quite a bit. Some of them are better than others. This is tied together. Lucky Brand waffle knit thermal shirt. Oh shit. Here we go. Got some Lulu. Real nice logo on there. So inside the pocket on Lulu stuff, there's usually going to be a size dot. And there's not on this, which is really weird. Oh wait, maybe the other pocket. Okay, interesting. That's weird. Potentially fake Lulu. I don't think so. Oh wait, maybe on the back. Oh, here we go. And usually when the little numbers are smaller like that, that's a newer one. On the older one, there's going to be less numbers and they're fatter. And on the older ones, it's just going to be the size in the middle. So I'm going to look those up, find out what they are. I photograph it first and then I take a picture of that. And then as I'm listing it, I throw it up. Just a biker tee. But it says Hooters on it and it's made in Canada. So I'm going to go ahead and call it vintage. I don't remember grabbing this. It's a shirt with some skulls on it. I think it's supposed to be white. It's going to get bleached. Just a Vineyard Vines polo. But it's like one of the nicer... oh, it's got a hole on it. So it's trash. Sometimes I look at everything and I miss stuff. Vintage Sacramento State shirt. Not single stitch. Made in Mexico. Lucky Brand. It's kind of like a, I guess it's a dress, like a shirt dress, tunic thing, button up by Lucky Brand. It's really soft. This company, I remember it sucks, but this one's new at the tag, so I grabbed it anyways. Originally, it was $66, so we'll see. This is Wesk. I remember it sucking. Now they're new at the tags of a really bad brand, American Rag. I usually list this stuff at like $9.99 plus shipping or less, because that's more than it's worth. Just a Marvel comic book tee, not vintage. Wrangler Pearl Snap. Pretty sure this is the tag of the ones they sell at Walmart. People will still buy it though, for some reason. I've been having to grab a little more basic stuff because I have a new listing goal, which is higher than my old one for every day. So I have to get extra stuff. Yesterday, so I got all of this in one day. But the thrift store and this. Mountain Hardwear. Like camp shirt. A young lady at the bins gave this to me. It's Dickies overalls. She said they were for her, but she doesn't think they'll fit. And if you're nice to people at the bins, sometimes they'll just give you stuff. Disneyland Hawaiian shirt. These can potentially be really good. This one is from Tiki Kingdom. If you find the one with tiki cups all over it, those can sell for $100. But almost all of the Disneyland Hawaiian shirts that I've ever found sell instantly for at least over 40 bucks. They're really, really good. A Pearl Izumi. I think this is a triathlon suit because it has really light padding. So you can swim in it, run in it, and cycle in it. Now, I'm trying out grabbing some of this brand because Elaine always sells it. So I'm just picking up the ones that have embroidery on it. This is like a tunic top. Knox Rose is the brand. I don't know how she gets so much money for it because it retails for pretty cheap. This is a Lucky brand top, and it's got like crocheting on there. It's like a doily. That's the kind of stuff I probably wouldn't pick up at the regular thrift. Some women's Royal Robins hiking pants. You can see these ones came from a Goodwill, but they ended up at the bins. Which is cool. Sometimes I'll see stuff at the Goodwill that I don't want to pay for. It's too expensive or there's something wrong with it, and then I will see it at my bins a couple days later. Duluth Trading Co. cargo pants. These are like those really thick ones. They're probably like called the Flex Fire Hose or something like that. They've all got style names. Just have to figure it out. Those are probably like 20 bucks. Maybe because they're cargo, maybe a little more. Athleta, like swishy joggers. These are probably pretty good, but they're size 0. So that makes them less good. Really nice quality on that. Let's make sure we're still filming. All right, we're still filming. Vintage tee, single stitch. It's got stains on it, it's getting bleached, which might change the color of this. Sometimes the embroidery will be made out of polyester, so it won't change color when you bleach it. If it does change color, it's gonna turn orange. Whatever. Probably sell it for $10. Eddie Bauer sleeveless, chambray button up, women's. Eddie Bauer linen stuff for women's is pretty good. Here's more Eddie Bauer. I pick up pretty much all the Eddie Bauer, Columbia, lower end outdoor stuff at the bins because it sells really consistently for me, under $20. Hopefully I can get at least 20 for this, but I would be fine with 15. It probably cost me $2. It's actually really nice quality. It's kind of rip stop. A vintage Puerto Rico tee. It's not single stitch, but it's made in USA. It's a cool shirt, actually. I've never picked up this brand, but I see it so much. Only reason I grabbed this one is because it's new at the tags. I'll give it a whirl. More Knox Rose. So you can see just the pure volume of stuff that I got there. And it's like not that bad already. We're not even done with one bag. And what did I pay? What did I say? I paid 60 bucks. I mean, I must have showed you at least 20 things already. So it's like, I don't know. I still go to the regular thrift store because the bins closes early. And I wake up late. But yeah, I don't know. Knox Rose. And it's just the ease of just flipping through racks. The one problem is in the regular thrift store, they play that terrible music. I don't know what station it is, but they all play the same thing. It's horrible. And it drives me nuts. And my AirPods are always dead for some reason. Another, like, what is this? A shirt dress thing? Maybe that'll sell. Who knows? I'm just gonna list that Knox Rose stuff for like 15 bucks. That's what I usually do when I start picking up a new brand, is I price it low and then gradually start raising the price. You kind of figure out what things are better in that brand, what things aren't. That's what I did for Athleta, for example. You have to learn each brand. You can't just go buying every brand. I've been doing this for, well, I've been reselling for like 3 years, but clothing I've been doing for like 2, and I've been doing exclusively clothing for about 1.5 years now. Maybe a year, I don't know. Athleta, it's kind of ruched. It has a stain on it. You're gonna find a lot more stains at the bins. But it's worth the gamble picking them up because you're only paying $1. If the stain doesn't come out, you either toss it or you list it with the stain. J. Crew, Slim Fit, green pants, 5-pocket pants. We're still in the first bag. I've been picking up a lot of stuff, vintage camo stuff. People like the vintage camo prints. There's different types of prints. This is like kind of like a woodland print. I don't know exactly what it's called, but they're different prints, and people like the vintage prints. So they pick up like even basic camo t-shirts that aren't single stitched, but you can kind of tell they're vintage, like the jerseys. Jerseys Outdoor. You might find a lot of their camo shirts. They do really well. They sell really fast, and they just have these more like cartoony prints, and they do really well. This one's by the company Handcuffs, which I recall is not good, but I'm gonna try out this camo. It's made in USA. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled for vintage camo prints, or just camo prints that are a little different than like your standard ones. This company is called Agave, and I think the line is copper, or maybe the whole thing is called Agave Copper. I've sold one of their pullover sweaters before, and it sold pretty quick for like 30. I looked up comps on this, and it looks like I should get like 25 to 35 bucks just for this regular t-shirt. But it has a stain on the back, so we'll have to try to get that out. Duluth Trading Co. t-shirt. Basic, $10 to $15. Here's a little bolo for you. These sell really fast. I sold a couple pairs over the last couple months. If you look up comps, if you find the actual vintage ones, I'm still gonna call these vintage. They're made in like Honduras or something, but they have ones that are made in USA, and you can get like 30 bucks for them. A lot of times you'll find them new with the tags. If they're not like the made in USA, like really vintage ones, you can still get like 15 to 20 bucks for them, and they sell pretty quick. I call them vintage bike, coach shorts, stretch, men's, blah, 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 size, blah, 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 color. Yeah, and you'll probably find them a lot. They're pretty common, but they sell pretty quick. This is McCormick Farmall. The comps were surprisingly pretty good. I think they were like around almost 30 bucks for the Pearl Snap flannel shirts. I don't think the sell-through rate was amazing, but I only have like $1.50 invested into this one. So these I sell all the time. Nike Pro leggings, the men's ones and the women's ones both should sell pretty quick. Between $10 and $15 plus shipping. I guess dependent on the size and the condition. I only pick up ones where the Nike logo is not cracked. Oh, and it actually is cracked on this one, so I'm still gonna sell them, but I don't like when, see how it's cracked? It means they've been washed a bunch. And I always disclose that. I don't know if people actually care, they probably do. Armani Exchange button-up shirt, size large. I usually find this brand in size small for some reason. Skinny little dudes like this brand. Usually sells for like 14 bucks or something. This company kind of sucks now. I maybe should have left them. It's called Highly. They have an American flag on them. These probably would have been better for like 4th of July. Maybe 15 bucks. Used to be able to get like $25 for them, but not anymore. This is a Bolo brand, sort of. I don't know what the sell-through rate is, but I always pick it up and I always flip it pretty quick. It's called Zero Restriction Golf Outerwear. And this one kind of has a herringbone pattern on it. It's like super soft and lightweight. I've sold this exact same t-shirt before, so I picked it up again. It's an O'Neill shirt with a fish. People like fish. I sell a good amount of Lucky jeans. Here's another pair. I don't really like picking up the women's ones anymore. They sell a little too slow and a little too cheap. The men's ones I can still get 18 to 25 bucks usually, if they're in good condition. These ones have a cool print on the butt, or embroidery. And those probably cost me more like $2.50 because they're a little heavier, maybe £1.50. Stussy t-shirt, not a particularly cool one, and it's not vintage. I do pretty well with Woolrich stuff that has like prints on it. This one's graphic print, kind of all over print. It's on the sleeve, it's on the back. It's made in USA. I'll probably price this one at like 30 or 35. Because it has a brand, you're gonna be able to get more money for it. More people are gonna see it. A lot of times, like if you find it just a basic vintage crew neck sweatshirt or whatever kind of neck this is, you're not gonna be able to get 35 bucks for it because on eBay, people search by brand. Nobody's gonna see it. So you might find the same thing where it's just like jerseys or Hanes and you'll never sell it if you price it at 35 bucks. But because it has a brand that people search, you'll be able to sell it. Like you can find the coolest vintage shirt in the world, but if it doesn't have a brand, if it's not on a Nike tag or something, you're not going to be able to get that much. Or if like the graphic isn't a band or something that people actually search, like if it's just a picture of an elephant but it's a huge cool print, it's just not going to sell well. Here's a FUBU shirt. I don't know why FUBU's not that great, but this one just had a certain aesthetic to it. It has the 05, so it's like Y2K. It's kind of vintage. So I decided to pick it up. It's got like almost like a hole in the back. It smells great. I think FUBU might come back, who knows? Under Armour, Cold Gear. Can you see the whole thing? Jogger sweatpants. I would buy that all day at the bins. Probably like 15 to 20. If I look up the model, I can probably get more. Or the style, sorry. Here's a vintage Burton sweater. It's pretty cool. This actually says Burton on it. It looks like a different language, but it says Burton. And there's the tag. Made in India. Definitely vintage. It's a size large. It's a women's large, so that kind of hurts it a little bit. What's it made out of? Oh, it's made out of wool. Cool. Some Columbia hiking pants. The women's ones, I don't know why, but I saw the women's ones faster than the men's ones. And you can see the stupid idiot Goodwill priced them at 10 bucks, which no one's gonna buy that at the retail Goodwill, but I got them for maybe $1.75. Got a Panic at the Disco Summer 2016 tour t-shirt. Seems like there's a lot of cracking on the graphic. I don't know if it was supposed to be like that, but maybe it gives it kind of a vintagey look that people like. It's a long video, eh? Vintage Nike tee. It's not made in USA, but it feels vintage. And it's on the red and white tag, which typically, a lot of times you'll see this one, this specific tag, it'll say made in USA there. And it'll look exactly like that. Looks a little janky. That M looks a little big, doesn't it? Looks a little weird. But I don't think it's fake. Why would it be fake? That's not a graphic that they would fake. Usually fakes will be like that big, like if you find like a fake True Religion shirt, it'll have like the big True, like it's all about the big logos. Know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? A Dixieland Jazz Festival vintage crew neck. I do pretty well with vintage jazz shirts. It's got a word that people can search. I find a lot of Sacramento Jazz Festival shirts and they sell pretty well. It's on the vintage Hanes tag. That should do fine. This isn't vintage, I don't think, but I got it because I liked it. I was gonna give it to my girlfriend's mom because she likes candy. Oh, this is a good one. These, I guess, retail for like $100. It's a weightlifting singlet. I've been looking into these more because I recently sold a wrestling singlet for pretty good money. $7 at the regular thrift. I paid like $1.50 for it, maybe $1. The company is called Virus. And I think I should get about $50 for it. Not many listed, not many sold, but there are sold comps and they're all around that price or higher. So good stuff. That was everything from the bins. So what do you think? Should I stop going to the regular thrift store? Should I only go to the bins? You have to understand that the bins is like a physical activity. You are going shoulder to shoulder with people. There's anger, there's drama, there's cliques, there's people, you know, there's teenagers, there's people like hitting on each other, like love interest things happening. The employees are yelling, there's screaming, there's crazy tweakers. Crazy tweakers in the regular thrift store. Actually, probably less tweakers in the bins than the regular thrift. Yeah, so I don't know. Should I stop going to the regular thrift? I don't know. I probably shouldn't. Probably a good business idea not to go there. But sometimes I don't want to go to the bins. Anyways, thank you for watching. My name is Big Yumbo.